You're listening to War Eagle Reader Radio with Jeremy Henderson.
How about them Auburn Tigers?
War Eagle Reader Radio, War Eagle Reader Radio, War Eagle Reader Radio, War Eagle Reader Radio.
In old Birmingham, go Auburn Tigers, beat Alabama. Auburn take the victory in the SEC.
That's right, you heard correctly. War Eagle Reader Radio. Hard to say real fast. Arista, go ahead and try to say that real fast.
War Eagle Reader Radio, War Eagle Reader Radio, War Eagle Reader Radio, War Eagle Reader Radio.
See? Pretty hard, huh? Right, made you laugh, made me laugh. That sounded just like you did in the intro, Arista. That was great. Thanks a ton. But yeah, I've been meaning to do this for a little while now. Supplement the written word with some audio action. It's easy, it's breezy, it's beautiful. And let's go ahead and get started on it without further ado. How about some thoughts on the Kent State game, some upcoming thoughts on Texas A&M from the Auburn beat writer for the Opelika-Auburn News, Justin Lee, erstwhile contributor to a little website called thewareaglereader.com. So what did Gus say tonight, Sunday night, after the big win over Kent State? What was his demeanor? Did he seem happy?
Yeah, well, not happy because there were injuries, but other than that, satisfied with being 3-0, which is, like he says, exactly where they wanted to be. So they are where they wanted to be after 3 games. But some injury news that kind of, brought down the room a little. But
well, what's the injury news? What's the latest?
So, well, the worst injury was to reserve lineman, but you just hate to see it because he's a 5th-year senior, Bailey Sharp, who played in place of Prince Tega on Saturday. He's a backup, but he stuck with Auburn, even though he knew when to start this year. Didn't transfer or anything, so he got to play last week, and there was a really good feel-good moment. But then this morning, Sunday morning, Gus said he woke up with swelling in his knee, like he had played through, with the adrenaline, he had played through a pretty bad injury. So he has to have surgery. He's going to be out 6 weeks.
Jeez.
So, so that kind of brought down the mood because you hate to see it for a kid like that. But Prince Tega should be able to come back. He dressed, so he's fine. I'm sure he's just day to day. And then Seth Williams may practice on Tuesday. They'll see. And then Derek Brown had a upper body bruise, so that doesn't sound too serious either.
So what's Seth's situation? What's what's his story right now?
His shoulder's hurt.
Now what happened?
About what we know. His shoulder's hurt. He hurt it in the Tulane game, catching deep pass.
Tulane.
He's going to get hurt.
Tulane.
Go out. Yeah.
Not
yeah,
Tulane.
remember that?
Not Tulane. Tulane.
Oh, Tulane.
Yeah.
No, button.
No. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the Tulane. You're like the second or third person I've heard, like millennial who's been saying it like Tulane, like a two-lane highway. It's like Tulane.
Well, that doesn't have to do with me being millennial. It has to do with being from the river region, I guess. I don't know.
Well, the other girl's from Atlanta.
Comes from Crater Country.
Crater. That's how we talk in Craterville. Anyway, okay, so Seth hurt his okay.
Hurt his shoulder. He was in a sling after that game. Early last week, Gus was like, yeah, he's not going to play against Kent State. Didn't need to. So, he did not dress, but he did not have a sling on. So what does that mean? I don't know. We'll see.
Do you think there's a little gamesmanship? Is that the term going on with injuries with coaches still? I mean, it's been that way since the beginnings of football. But I mean, are they trying to make it seem like Seth Williams, they're going to hold him out deliberately, strategically in a game like Kent State just to make it seem, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but at the same time, isn't it Texas A&M? Aren't they going to be like, well, they could be,
It's possible.
I don't know.
You never know. But yeah, you never know. But yeah, I mean, it's possible. You want every little advantage you can get. There's a lot of money on the line. You want every advantage you can get. So why share an injury if, you don't have to?
Yeah. No, I feel you. Okay. Well, so what do you think of Gatewood's performance? I know we've talked about this before, obviously, but this was a longer stretch right here, right? Because I detected some Auburn fans, Jerry, Hennon. You know him. So he said something to the effect of like, I know Bo has to be the quarterback. Bo's the quarterback. I get it, but I just can't help but basically like fantasize over Gatewood at quarterback.
Sure.
Talk to me.
He's the backup.
Because at the same time, Mr. Bo Nix looked pretty good too, running the ball.
Right, exactly. And that's one thing that you haven't seen in the first two games. And I talked to Bo with it after, and some of the O-linemen, and they were just kind of saying it's because of what, on those reads when you're running the ball and you're optioning it and you're either keeping it or giving it up, you're taking what the defense gives you. So if Oregon and Tulane are playing a certain way, he's going to give the ball up and he's not going to run much if they try to take away his running option. So against Kent State, he got the chance to run a little more, and then Auburn fans could finally see that Bo's a pretty good runner. So, everyone who comes in and says, "Oh, Joey's such a great runner," well, Bo's a pretty good runner too. And now you have that information, so you can make your determinations as you want. But at least you've seen Bo flex his running muscles a little bit.
So what's it going to look like? What's it going to look like at Texas A&M?
I think Bo's going to be your starter, but I think as long as Joey's going to have his place. I go back to when Cody Burns was the kind of that wildcat guy, that inventive offense guy in 2009 when Chris Todd was the starter. Joey will have his place. They'll come up with something, and they'll do anything to get that running game. Obviously the running game showed its stuff Saturday with 467 yards, but they'll do anything to help boost that, help Whitlow and help Bo. So I think it'll be involved, but Bo's the starter, and but Bo, as you've seen, he's got his own wheels too, and that'll help the running game. Is Bo carrying the ball when the defense allows it.
So Bo, what am I trying to say? So Bo is, the running game. We had how many yards did we have? 400 what?
467. A lot.
467, which was like the most in 3 years or something like that.
Yes.
But does it really matter? who was the opponent 3 years ago? Does it matter against a team like Kent State, or is Kent State one of these Tulanes who is like doing okay this year and is actually like some sleeper cell?
No, Tulane would probably beat Kent State by like 30. Kent State's not very good. They have a young coach in his second year. They went like 0-10 last year. Not great.
Yeah, but he has a beard though. So that seemed like something. Seemed like an up and comer with a beard like that.
Yeah, it's really 567 yards when you think about it that way.
Right. Well, but like I guess
conversion rate.
I bring it up only because I don't think I've really, and part of me is like, okay, no, it's good. We need to celebrate our accomplishments no matter what. This is awesome. War Eagle, right. War Eagle, War Eagle. But at the same time, I don't think I've ever seen it. It's a little concerning, not concerning, but just kind of, I don't know. It strikes me as unusual to see Auburn like such pride. And maybe I've just never thought of it or needed to think about it in a certain way in years past, and it's always been like Auburn runs. I don't feel like I've ever seen some of the language being used to describe this win. Against an opponent like this. Usually it's like only reserved for like, okay, if we like demolished Mississippi State, or if we demolished Vandy, or if we demolished South Carolina or Georgia or somebody. Like,
well, I think it comes with just them doing what they needed to do, like running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, because after that Tulane game where they ran for 20 yards on 13 carries in the first half. Like, the running game was bad. Good. Right? It was bad. And that was what we were talking about after was, now they've got to be inventive with their play calling. They've got to try to help out the offensive line. They've got to do what they can to really get this run game going. But then they did it. They got 467 yards. They had 142 yards at the end of the first quarter. So they did what they had to do against, it's not like Alabama State. It's still a Division I FBS team. They responded in just the way you would want to the challenge that you would have laid out in front of them. That was the big question going in was, how does the running game look? And then it looked really good. So.
But so it looks really good. But against Kent State, I guess that's the thing. It's like,
yeah. Whatever. They had to play Kent State, so like it looked as good as it could.
Okay. No, all right, as good as it could. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I like. That I like. I was looking for the headline you went with. Am I crazy in thinking that though about like the language or the tone of some of the coverage? Did you notice that at all? Maybe I don't know.
Maybe it's because this is early and it's not homecoming against Stanford in like November.
Okay. All right.
We're still learning about this team,
Still learning. So right now, who has been the most...
Still learning. Your boy Bo Nix is going into his first true road game in a hostile environment. How about that?
That is true. Yeah.
Interesting. Huh?
No, you're right. So this is So what's it going to look like in terms of? I know he's all right. So Bo's going to start and everything. What are the because Texas A&M? What are they? 16 right now.
17 in the AP poll.
17
in the coaches poll.
17 in the AP. So how do we match up against them?
It starts with running the ball. The same thing we've been talking about, I guess. But it starts with, you got to hope that if you're an Auburn fan, your strength is in running the ball and in that all senior offensive line. And then you got to hope that your D line, which is your best unit with your best players, you got to hope that they're able to impact the game too. Kellen Mond's an experienced quarterback over there. So you got to hope that they can disrupt them, which is what they tried to do with Justin Herbert against Oregon. And they did, for the most, and when they got him off balance, he wasn't as effective. So they're going to have to try to do that again, over there. But it's a road game. Like, I think Vegas has A&M favored, at least some of the sports books do, by about 3. So you just got to go over there and try to do everything you can to survive in an SEC road game like that, right?
They're favored right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Even though, like, I think haven't we like won over there every time we've played since they joined the conference?
Yeah,
like the visiting teams always won.
Never lost there. The visiting teams always won until last year when Seth Williams caught a Jarrett Stidham touchdown and Auburn came back.
We won last. I can't remember. We won last year.
Yeah, Auburn came back and beat them. So the road team had always won until then.
Yes.
So Auburn's road winning streak is still alive in this series.
Yes, love it. So we're 2 in a row right now. Dig it.
Yeah, you got a lot to celebrate.
I know, for reals. So which player right now has surprised you, or is kind of like his, created a name for himself that wasn't there at the beginning of the season? Anyone?
Roger McCreary is a corner. He's played really well when he's come in. They rotate corners a lot, and he's had 2 really good games. He's 2 in Kent State. That's one. On offense, you kind of see the pieces moving around. Eli Stove and Will Hastings. No one was really sure if you could, can you ever be full speed again after what they've gone through injury wise? But there they are. They're the veteran receivers. They're the leaders of the wide receivers group. So if you're an Auburn fan, that's really good to see. It's kind of interesting to think about. If they were healthy, what could have happened last year with Ryan Davis and Darius Slayton and all these guys. But, that's a what if. Yeah, I would just say on offense, kind of it's Eli and Will are go-to guys again, which was not a certainty, but it looks like they're playing well. So that's a good thing.
I like the way that Sean Shivers kid looked out there.
Yeah, you like him?
I
like that. A track guy.
I like that run.
Schwartz and him, a track guy.
And it's a good name too, Sean Shivers. That's just
nickname's Worm.
Worm.
I
like the way it rolls off the tongue.
Worm. Yeah,
Worm. So
he's a track guy from South Florida.
What are some of the other nicknames?
Booby. He's the greatest.
All right.
Worm.
Booby, Worm.
Anthony Schwartz is Flash.
Flash.
That's the nickname. Yeah.
Do they have one for Gatewood?
I don't think so. No.
Bo.
Well, you can't. It's hard to make. What would you go? B? Like, how do you make that shorter? I don't think you can. Bo Nix already has the shortest name that you could possibly have.
Well, all right. Well, hey, when are you heading to College Station? How you getting there?
Friday morning. Just flying out. Just gonna stay in Houston, where the Ubers are aplenty and the hotels are aplenty, and just it's like an hour and a half drive up to College Station and back on the game day, and then flying back Sunday morning. So,
you ever been there?
Nope, never been. It's gonna be new. Back in Texas, back in my old stomping grounds. I've never been to this corner of Texas before.
Twice in 1 year. That's pretty wild. Give me a score.
I don't predict the weather, man. I just tell you when it's raining. I don't know.
You can't. Who's going to win? Who in your gut's going to win? All right, Auburn's going to win.
Well, we have to do the picks in the paper, and in the paper, I'm going to pick Auburn.
I tell you what, if I didn't know any better after hearing that, I think that Justin Lee was admitting he's an Auburn fan, not just a slave to journalism, but that he still has a soft spot in his heart for old alma mater. Wouldn't blame him if he did. Hey, that's going to do it for this episode. It's barely even an episode. Basically, I'm just going to start throwing this stuff up there. But hey, if you want to support the show, you can. Arista will tell you all about that. And of course, you won't be just supporting the quote-unquote show. You'll be supporting the WarEagleReader.com and all the projects and pursuits associated with it, of which there are legion. No, do not be alarmed. This is not replacing, only supplementing. It's pronounced Jordan, which you can listen to everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher. Going to start posting them more on YouTube as well. So if you have not subscribed to the War Eagle Readers YouTube channel, go ahead and do that. It'll be great. Oh, listen up real quick. WDE. That's the promo code you need to type in to book a room at Auburn Escape Zones. AuburnEscapeZones.com. $3 off, not per session, people, per person. You bring 6 people in. That's what is that? 6 times 3. What is that? $18, right? 6 times 3. That's 8. Yeah, $18 off. That's a big deal. That's a big savings. WDE is the promo code. War Dang Eagle. War Damn Eagle. We done escaped. Whatever you want to think of it, that's the one to do. Okay, take it away, Arista.
To support War Eagle Reader Radio, visit patreon.com/The War Eagle Reader. Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever. It's everywhere. Stay tuned for more.
Give the tiger the big hand.